HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy, here to fill you in with what's happening in Hopkinton. On today's edition of HCAM News, we have scenes from the annual Christmas tree lighting and caroling event at the Town Common. The Historical Society has dolls on display, and we talk with Hiller's new ski coach, Shawn Mato. But first, the Select Board appointed some new town volunteers and employees. The Hopkinton Select Board appointed Ellen Rutter as town moderator.
It's fantastic that we have our first woman moderator, and I was about to say that in seeing how you conducted yourself as deputy, I think we're going to have organized, orderly meetings. I'm really looking forward to it.
You are up for it, and we really appreciate you stepping up.
Thank you.
Good. Great. Congratulations.
I just mentioned casually that you're making history in Hopkinton as the first woman moderator, so that's exciting too.
It's very exciting.
It is exciting.
I guess I don't have big shoes to fill. I just have to create
Pumps. Pumps. The next person will have
Guys
to
wear
fill
pumps
pumps.
too.
Thank you for reminding me.
definitely wear them the next
The Select Board also appointed Nancy Hill as the Hopkinton Public Library Director.
Could I ask? I'm sorry. No, you're fine. I just, for the purposes of the public, if you just want to tell the public a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself to the folks that listen and so forth, and
Sure.
and you know what you're excited about coming to Hopkinton.
Sure. So I've worked in public libraries for over 20 years. I started in school libraries and decided that I wanted to move into public libraries, and so I went and got my master's in library science in order to do that. And I think that one of the unique things about me is that I've worked in pretty much every department in a library, worked my way up from young adult services to adult services. I became an assistant director in Mayfield. I've been the director in the 3rd library. And I'm excited about what's happening in libraries today and about the things that we've learned about how we can serve the public after COVID. And so I think there are new and exciting things on the horizon. I'm excited to be in Hopkinton. I'm really looking forward primarily to getting out more into the community. I know that's something that your residents are looking for. And so I'm excited about being able to team up with businesses and nonprofits in the town and working with other town departments.
Wonderful. Well, we're excited to have you.
Thank you.
The Hopkinton Select Board also approved the appointment of David Dollenmayer to the Board of Library Trustees.
I lost a hearing aid at the beginning of the pandemic. I should say at the beginning that our son and daughter-in-law are going to have a baby in early February, our first grandchild. And,
Congratulations.
Because of that, we're going to be away. We've rented an apartment in Brooklyn where we live for the months of February, perhaps March too. So if that's an impediment to filling out this term, then we should say so. I would definitely be able to participate in Zoom meetings.
The annual Hopkinton Christmas tree lighting took place at the Town Common. Here's a look.
Because I need everyone's help tonight to join us as we carol into the season with the help of our resident singers from the Troublemakers. Round of applause.
Hey, Kayla, take your sister.
And then all of our Girl Scout leaders, parent volunteers, and of course our beloved Girl Scouts of all levels here too. A nice round of applause for them as well. All right, you guys all ready to sing along? Let me hear ya. All right, well thank you all again for coming and happy holidays everyone. Let's join in the caroling.
We're going to start with Jingle Bells. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Not too long ago, I thought I'd take a ride, and soon Miss Fanny Bride was seated by my side. The horse was lean and lank, misfortune seemed his lot. We got into a drifted bank, and then we got upset. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Tonight, and all the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer will go down in history. Balls with balls of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la. La 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 la. Sing we joyous all together. La 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 la. Heedless of the wind and weather. La 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 la.
We're going to take a quick time out, a whole lot more ahead. Stay tuned. HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance. Welcome back to HCAM News. The Hopkinton Historical Society had a big collection of dolls last Saturday, and they will be doing it once again this Saturday. That is December 11th. Here's a look at what to expect. Hi, everybody. We are here today with John Palmer and Janice McIntyre. And today we're going to take a look at some dolls that'll be on display at the Hopkinton Historical Society this Saturday. But before we get into that, Janice, why don't you just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about where you're from?
I am from Hopkinton, grew up in Hopkinton, and I work in Southborough, and then I collect dolls.
All right. And John, how about yourself?
Well, I'm a longtime Hopkintonian. I've been very active in town government, a number of positions. And my last one, and we just left Hopkinton. I had to resign all my positions, but I still am a member of the Historical Society because that's not a town affiliate. So I'm actually the current president of the Historical Society. I love the job very much because I love history, particularly the history of Hopkinton.
Absolutely. And we're going to have a doll display at the Historical Society this weekend. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. We've been looking for activities to get people in the door here. We are in need of more visibility in the community, and we came across Janice, or she came across us. I'm not sure how it worked, but anyways, Janice has this unbelievable collection, over 100 dolls, all set up in our big meeting room hall. It's spectacular. So, and it's all set to go for Saturday.
And that'll be 10 to 3:30?
That's correct. We'll open at 10 and we'll stay till 3:30 or whatever.
As long as we have the interest, right?
Yeah. We're hoping for a good turnout. I think we've tried to communicate this affair. And if anybody has any interest in dolls, they must come and see it.
Absolutely. And I understand you have a couple dolls you're going to show us today.
Yeah, I'll show you two different dolls from two different times. We've got dolls from the mid-1800s, then we go to the 1900s, 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, all the way up to the 60s, all around the room. And so they all kind of go in this order. This is an early doll here. It's known as a China head doll. And these dolls were late 1800s. And it's porcelain, but it's a glazed porcelain. And it's a very early doll. So we start with this type, and then move on and go around. Now, this little lady here that John has, she's from the 1950s. And she's called Sweet Sue. She's a hard plastic doll. So she's basically around the other end of the room, but it kind of gives you a contrast of the different types we'll have here.
Do you know how many different types there will be?
Well, we've got over 100 dolls.
So a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. I can give you an idea, a China head, then bisque, then celluloid, composition, hard plastic, and vinyl, and cloth.
So the other day, one of the ladies working, I think it was the garden club who was using our space, was working and looking at the dolls and was oohing and ahhing over the Dion quintuplets.
Yeah.
So we have Janice has a collection of the quintuplet dolls for anybody that strikes an interest in it. It certainly was to this person.
Yeah, and they're a composition. So they're from the 1940s.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
How did the Historical Society get all these dolls for display?
It's my collection.
Ah, wow. Terrific.
Yeah.
How long have you been collecting?
Oh, probably 16, 17 years, I would say. A lot of the dolls that I got came to me because people would call. They belonged to their mother, they belonged to their grandmother, they had no interest, their children had no interest, and they just couldn't throw them away. And neither could I. So I ended up with a lot of dolls. I just saved them and then I passed them on as well, quite often.
Well, that's terrific. It should be quite a display this weekend. And Janice, John, thanks so much for joining us. And John, go ahead.
I would like to add one tidbit. In addition to the doll collection, we're calling this an open house. We're opening up our archive side of the room where we're sitting right now, which has our collection of Hopkinton history. We've got a lot of displays for people to look at, old maps, old photographs, postcards, what have you.
It's fascinating.
And it's also going to be available. So you can see the dolls and you can see the history.
Absolutely. And of course, you'll have the holiday stroll and the Christmas tree lighting this weekend as well. So head over to the Historical Society from 10 to 3:30 and then head into town to check out the Christmas tree. Janice and John, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We recently caught up with the new Hillers ski coach, Shawn Mato. Here is our discussion. Hello, everybody. Tom Nappy here. And right now we are joined by head coach of the Hopkinton Hillers ski team, Shawn Mato. Coach, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Congratulations on becoming the new Hillers head coach.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So can you talk about your background a little bit and your experience in skiing and coaching skiing?
Sure. So my personal background, from my racing experience, I skied for the University of New Hampshire a long time ago, graduated in 93. So raced there. It's Division I, certainly top 10 ranked in the country, usually year in, year out. Prior to that, I had skied in high school racing in New Jersey. So spent 4 years doing that, fairly extensive. And I would travel up north to ski in a variety of international and national races. So a lot of race experience, kind of grew up. Didn't start ski racing until about 5th grade, but I learned to ski out in Idaho. So Bogus Basin's a place 16 miles outside of Boise up this windy road. So kind of started there and kind of progressed all the way through college. And then, off and on after college, I did some coaching, but really got back into coaching about 10 years ago when my kids got a little bit older and they started racing themselves. So we skied up in Vermont at Suicide 6 primarily. And then about 3 years ago, we switched and moved to Cannon Mountain. So the kids ski at Franconia Ski Club and I coached there. I coached the U12, so a little younger than my kids, but it's a fairly intense program, one of the best in the country at Franconia. And, we've already started skiing. So we started skiing Saturday already. So it's happening.
And we should have the real snow coming pretty soon as well. So how did you land the Hopkinton gig? How did that come about for you?
Yeah, so I think the former coach had a little bit of a change and she had to move back to Colorado. And so it kind of came up last minute about 2 weeks ago. They were looking for somebody and, we had on the radar because our daughter's a freshman. The oldest daughter's a freshman, so she's in the high school right now. And she was obviously going to be part of the program. And so I think the program's been around, 7 years. So certainly, they needed somebody to continue on. I had the race experience. So I threw my name in the hat and, I got the job. I'm pretty excited to get started.
Absolutely. So last year, I know there were some changes with how the meets work. Less schools, I believe, at some of them than typically, and different times and whatnot. Are all those COVID rules from last season gone? Is it like a regular ski season this year that you know of?
Let's hope so. Let's hope it gets closer to normal.
Right.
I don't fully back, but I think we're much closer. Obviously, being an outdoor sport makes it a lot easier than indoor sport when it comes to masking. Obviously, you have to use possibly go inside if you need something to eat or go to the bathroom or whatnot. But most of this stuff takes place outside, and so there is a big reduced risk of transmission, I guess, outside. So I think things will be back to normal. I think they're still debating a few things. There's an upcoming meeting about a week from now to kind of finalize the season. But I think a lot of things sound like they're back to normal. But you never know. I mean, there's news changes every day, especially as we go into we go into the winter months where you do see obviously a flu season, and possibly you could see an uptick in transmission of COVID. But who knows? It's an outdoor sport, so there's less pressure, I think, than other indoor sports, possibly.
Absolutely. So have you met any of the members of the team yet? And when do practices start?
Yeah, so the only team member I've met is my daughter. So got to see her for the past 15 years. So no, the other kids I haven't met. We're going to do an introductory meeting on Wednesday. Then we'll start dry land on Thursday. And then we'll kind of do dry land Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then for the next few weeks. And, if we can get on snow, it depends on ward. Ski ward probably needs, I think they're saying, 25 degrees or below to, really make some snow. So, we're kind of teetering on that right now. So, we'll get on snow as soon as possible, hopefully before the holiday break. But, we'll really kick off this Wednesday, and then we'll have dry land 3 days a week and, get on snow again as soon as possible, start working on some things.
And I believe the schedule consists of 6 meets, I want to say.
Yeah, from what I've seen, yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Terrific.
So it's a good schedule. A few GSs, which is a little wider turn, and slalom, which is a little quicker turn. So, we'd get both events, and it's a quick season, obviously, but it's a good season, a lot of fun.
Well, I know people certainly enjoyed having the coverage on HCAM last year and watching the ski meets, and we'll once again have the ski meets on HCAM this year as well. Coach, welcome to the Hillers, and we're certainly excited for the season.
Great, thank you. Thanks for your time.
It's time to take a look at our picture of the week. This one is from December 7th. So excited to be back at it with these incredible Hopkinton Public School, Hopkinton Middle Robo-Hillers. Things are hopping here as teams prep for our live tournament on Saturday. This is from Twitter at Coach Robotics, the Hopkinton Middle School robotic team in action, building some genius devices. Upcoming town government meetings include on Tuesday, December 14th at 6 p.m., the Select Board, which will be live on HCAM TV. And then on Thursday, December 16th at 7 p.m., we'll have the School Committee live on our HCAM Ed channel. For all upcoming town government meetings, head over to hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News. But don't worry, next Thursday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. For everyone at HCAM, I'm Tom Nappy. We thank you for watching. Take care, be well, and we'll talk to you again soon. Goodbye, everybody. On Saturday, November 20th, the third-seeded 24-0 Hopkinton Hillers took on first-seeded 21-0 Westboro Rangers at Tewksbury High School in the Division II State Championship, and it was an absolute battle. Here's a look at what happened. Steve Sweetapple and Matt Clancy on the call.
He just tips it over. Outside, Quinn Anderson. Nice swing there by Quinn Anderson. He can unleash the jump serve here. Here it comes. Well, she played it safe. Kwong handled it. Anderson from the outside. KP, Catherine outside to Mel. Blocked. Nice play by Mel. Nobody home. On the backside. Sam, knuckleball down the line. Great block
Big block by KP. They were ready for it.
Sam, Anderson handles that. Clark, go to Anderson from the back. And that's in, that's it. Westboro takes the first set, 25-19. Sam goes down the line, Pong is there. Clark, little confusion there. Catherine, bump set from KD. Bell, good swing, Bell.
That's a good start for Hopkinton.
Nice serve, Sam handles that. Great bump. KP.
Takes some off it.
So Westboro will be back next year. Bump set, Bell. Moore gets to it, Clark, outside to Anderson. Top spin roll, Abby Hebert's there. KP, blocked. KP keeps it alive.
With it. Back to her, back to Annabelle.
Moore hits the floor. Got a free ball here. KP, Catherine, KP, kept alive by the Rangers. Anderson, Hebert's there. Outside, Bell off the net.
Gets it through.
Side out. Sam, Catherine pulls it back. Michaela's there. Kwong, bump set to Quinn Anderson. Right down the middle. Great swing.
Nice swing.
Coach Grabmeyer's calling a timeout. Karen with the serve. Floats one in. Trush handles it. Short set. Great block by KP. Keeps it alive.
Nice block at the net.
There's the first one. Oh, Catherine.
Great reaction time.
Well done, KP. Great hustle.
Nice block. And nice swing.
And Coach Anderson calling timeout here. Hopkinton up by 2 late in the second set. Side out. Furlong checks in for Sensini. Anderson back to serve. Still set point for the Hillers.
Let's see where she sends this serve.
Anderson, Furlong. Sarah has a poor set, or poor bump.
Kind of just got stuck at the net there.
Each team has used both their timeouts. Anderson floats one. That's it. Hopkinton takes the second set. 25-23.
That is a rare service error there from Quinn Anderson. Nice play by Abby.
Catherine, KP.
That's
First
coming
ball.
close.
Quinn Anderson took that.